January 2nd, 2026. The first light of the new year crept over Manila, painting the city in gold and hope, but no one could have predicted the tidal wave of news that was about to sweep across the archipelago. As dawn broke, millions of Filipinos reached for their morning papers, tuned into their radios, or gathered around television sets. The air was thick with anticipation, but nothing could prepare them for what they were about to hear. Philippines sitting on trillion-dollar oil and gas jackpot. The headline screamed from every screen, every radio, every phone. Social media erupted in a frenzy as hashtags trended and group chats buzzed with disbelief. From the crowded honking streets of Manila to the tranquil shores of Palawan, a wave of shock and excitement rippled through the nation. In markets, on jeepneys, and in quiet fishing villages, people stopped in their tracks, their daily routines interrupted by the magnitude of the news. For generations, Filipinos had grown accustomed to rising fuel prices, rolling blackouts, and the constant struggle to make ends meet. The Philippines was known for its natural beauty, but many believed it was a land blessed with little else. The dream of energy independence seemed distant, almost impossible. Suddenly, that old story was shattered. The narrative of scarcity was replaced by one of abundance, and the impossible became possible overnight. Geologists, after years of painstaking research, confirmed the existence of vast oil and gas reserves beneath the West Philippine Sea. The numbers were staggering: trillions of dollars in potential wealth, billions of barrels of oil and gas. Experts declared that this discovery could rewrite the nation's destiny, offering a once-in-a-lifetime chance to transform the Philippines from a resource-poor country into an energy powerhouse. The implications were enormous. Trillions of dollars in resources could mean new schools, better hospitals, modern infrastructure, and millions lifted out of poverty. For the first time, ordinary Filipinos dared to imagine a future where their children could thrive at home, where dreams didn't have to be sacrificed for survival. The news was deeply personal. For mothers, it meant hope for their children's future. For students, it promised opportunities that once seemed out of reach. For overseas Filipino workers, it sparked dreams of coming home to a country that could finally provide for them. Across the nation, people gathered in barangay halls, public plazas, and even street corners sharing their hopes, doubts, and questions. Some were skeptical, wary of promises that had been broken before. Others were swept up in a wave of optimism, united by a single burning question: how will this treasure change our lives? The story was no longer about what the Philippines lacked, but about what it could become. The sense of possibility was electric, sparking conversations in every home, school, and workplace. The promise was clear and powerful. This newfound wealth belonged to every Filipino, regardless of where they lived or what they did. It was a chance to build a future together, to turn hope into reality. As the sun rose higher, the nation stood on the brink of a new era. The question now was not if change would come, but how to ensure that this discovery would bring lasting prosperity for all. The Philippines, united in hope and purpose, prepared to write the next chapter of its story. As the first rays of sunlight touched the archipelago, a wave of optimism swept across the islands. The initial shock of the discovery had faded, replaced by a sense of wonder and possibility. People everywhere began to feel a new energy in the air, a collective breath held in anticipation of what was to come. In bustling markets and lively schools, conversations buzzed with hope and ambition. Vendors exchanged not just goods, but stories of what the future might hold. Students, once uncertain about their prospects, now spoke eagerly about their dreams, their voices filled with excitement and determination. Social media feeds lit up with visions of a transformed nation, modern trains gliding through cities, world-class hospitals caring for every Filipino, and the promise of energy independence. Hashtags trended overnight as millions shared their aspirations and ideas for a brighter tomorrow. For the first time in generations, the idea of a first-world Philippines felt not just like a distant hope, but a real possibility. Smiles were brighter, laughter more genuine, and the streets pulsed with a renewed sense of purpose. The thought of producing our own fuel, of finally controlling our own destiny, was electrifying. Workers at refineries and energy plants felt a surge of pride, knowing their efforts could power the nation's future. Across cities and rural villages alike, Filipinos, resilient through centuries of hardship, saw this moment as a collective inheritance. Elders spoke of sacrifices made, while children listened wide-eyed, sensing the weight and promise of history unfolding. The discovery wasn't just a windfall, it was a chance to build a better future for all. Construction sites buzzed with activity, as new infrastructure projects promised jobs and progress. Children played in fields, their laughter echoing the hope of a generation that might finally see their country rise. University students, once dreaming of opportunities abroad, now envisioned meaningful careers at home. They imagined contributing to a nation on the rise, where talent and hard work would be rewarded. Small business owners pictured lower costs and greater opportunities, hoping to expand their shops and provide for their families. The promise of affordable energy meant more than profit. It meant stability and growth for communities everywhere. Even fishermen whose lives depended on the sea weighed the risks and rewards. They discussed how the changes might affect their livelihoods, but also dreamed of new possibilities for their children. The spirit of Bayanihan, community and shared struggle, was reignited. Neighbors came together, helping one another, sharing food and stories, united by a common hope that transcended differences. This was more than just news. It was a national awakening. Headlines blared with excitement, and families gathered around televisions, eager to witness history in the making. Across the country, people began to dream together, united by hope. Flags waved in the streets, and families celebrated at home, believing that a new era was truly beginning. The energy jackpot became more than a resource. It became a symbol of what the Philippines could become. It represented the dreams of millions, the promise of progress, and the power of unity. A new chapter was opening, fueled by possibility and the unbreakable spirit of the Filipino people. The nation stood at the threshold of transformation, ready to step boldly into a future shaped by hope, ambition, and the dreams of generations. Years of relentless scientific effort, collaboration, and curiosity led to this groundbreaking discovery. Filipino scientists, driven by a vision for the nation's future, spent countless hours in laboratories and out in the field, meticulously collecting and analyzing geological samples. Their dedication laid the foundation for what would become one of the most significant scientific achievements in the country's history. Using cutting-edge technology, advanced seismic imaging mapped the West Philippine Sea's hidden depths with unprecedented clarity. These surveys revealed intricate geological formations beneath the ocean floor, allowing researchers to visualize what had been invisible for millions of years. Scientists identified massive anticlinal traps, enormous underground domes that have quietly stored oil and gas for eons. By studying core samples and geological models, they confirmed that these natural reservoirs had been accumulating valuable hydrocarbons since ancient times, waiting to be discovered. The reserves uncovered were not just vast in quantity, but exceptional in quality. Light sweet crude oil and pure natural gas, both highly sought after for their efficiency and cleaner burning properties. These resources are ideal for powering the nation's future with sustainable, cleaner energy. This remarkable find was a geological jackpot, confirmed through rigorous analysis by both international and local experts. The collaboration between Filipino and global scientists ensured that every detail was scrutinized and validated, leaving no room for doubt. Dr. Aris Villanueva, the lead geologist on the project, stood before the world and presented conclusive data. His team's findings were met with excitement and respect, as the evidence was clear and compelling. The Philippines now stands as the host of one of the largest untapped hydrocarbon systems discovered this century. The scale and potential of these reserves have placed the nation on the global energy map. For the scientists, this was more than just a professional triumph. It was a moment of deep validation and national pride. Years of hard work had finally paid off, and the evidence was undeniable. Overnight, the nation's energy future was transformed. The promise of abundant, cleaner energy now shines over the Philippines, ushering in a new era of hope, progress, and opportunity for generations to come. The economic impact could be revolutionary. Energy independence would free the Philippines from volatile global oil prices. Billions once spent on imports could fund public services and infrastructure. Hundreds of thousands of jobs would be created, offshore, onshore, and across new industries. Local economies would boom and overseas workers might return home. A sovereign wealth fund could secure benefits for generations. Reliable electricity, modern transport, and better healthcare could become reality. The discovery is a key to unlocking the nation's full potential. The promise, not just wealth, but a better life for every Filipino. The Philippines could finally step into a golden age. The path to prosperity is filled with challenges. The reserves lie deep beneath the sea, requiring advanced technology and massive investment. Attracting foreign partners demands political stability and transparency, but the biggest hurdle is geopolitical. The West Philippine Sea is contested, especially by China. Past harassment by Chinese vessels makes the risks real. Any move to extract resources could spark confrontation. The Philippines must balance courage, diplomacy, and international support. The treasure is within reach, but fiercely guarded. The Malampaya project offers both inspiration and caution. For 2 decades it powered Luzon and proved the Philippines could manage world-class energy projects. Malampaya created jobs, revenue, and national pride. But its reserves are running dry, and delays in new development threaten an energy crisis. Mismanagement and corruption have marred its legacy. The lesson: discovery is only half the battle. Transparent, responsible management is crucial. As the nation stands on the brink of a bigger boom, it must learn from Malampaya's successes and failures. The future depends on getting it right this time. The government is moving fast, launching a global campaign to attract investment. Diplomatic efforts invoke international law and rally support from allies. Legal victories are used to assert rights in the West Philippine Sea. Military modernization aims to deter harassment and assert sovereignty. Every move is a delicate balance. Strength without provoking conflict. The stakes are enormous: economic future versus geopolitical risk. The outcome depends on skillful navigation of this high-stakes game. The discovery has captured global attention. Energy giants and investors are watching, weighing opportunity against risk. Financial markets have responded, and the Philippines' economic prospects are rising. World powers see this as a pivotal moment in the region. Allies support Manila's stand for international law. China watches warily. The Philippines is now at the center of a global story about resources and power. International decisions will shape whether this dream becomes reality. The world is not just watching, it's participating in the outcome. Ultimately, the nation's greatest resource is its people. Filipinos have always faced adversity with courage and unity. This discovery has sparked a rare sense of national purpose. The dream of prosperity transcends politics and region. Success will require leadership, innovation, and accountability. The challenge is immense, but so is the Filipino spirit. The nation stands at a crossroads: struggle or golden age. The map is in our hands. The journey begins now. With unity and determination, the Philippines is ready to claim its future.